You and your brother.
Mossy Oaks Hunting the Country is presented by Ram Trucks.
The Gilchrist Club is an unbelievable operation. And the people, the atmosphere, the lodging, the food, just an unbelievable operation.
You know, the grounds here look like some kind of national park. They keep it manicured. You know, but the real reason we're here is to hunt. They've got great turkey hunting. They've got great deer hunting, believe it or not. You can go hog hunting. You can go quail hunting. You can do fishing. They've got skeet, just an array of activities that they offer here. Florida is a really, really unique place to come and turkey hunt. Being from Alabama, I'm used to hunting, you know, the eastern turkeys, and there's really not a whole lot of differences, really, I think, in the species. But the terrain is really different here. You know, you've got the palm trees and the cypress heads and all the sand, and it's just kind of funny being down here in that terrain hunting turkeys. It's kind of weird. You know, you've got all these little watersheds. You got to look out for alligators and snakes, and just a really, really fun place to be. Really unique, you know, especially because it's the only place you can kill an Osceola turkey. Who's going out in the rain to put the target up?
Bob.
That's
Little
right.
water never hurt anybody, and excess will kill you, but as long as it's not too much, you're all right.
Yeah, we get here, we got to make sure all our gear's tuned up, make sure the guns are on. Fortunately, they have a really good facility. It was, you know, it was raining, so we were able to get out of the rain and pattern our guns. This is just a hair under 30 yards.
Which one, the right or the left?
Straight ahead.
Pattern all right?
Yeah, that extender
Let's take a look at it.
That extender range does the job there, buddy.
Wow,
That's one dead bird.
no excuses on the gear tomorrow, huh?
Was that a friend? You know, it was the right thing to do to go pattern our guns, and we all did a really good job. And I think all of our shots had enough pellets in the kill zone.
That looks pretty good, Steven.
This is one of the things we look forward to start the turkey season off hunting at Gilchrist Club.
I think it's game time. There has to be at least 5 or 6 gobblers just hammering around us.
The first morning, our guide Jeff had a bird roosted for us, and you know, there were several in the area. There was a little clear cut, and we had a little blind set. But we set up, we heard a couple gobbles early, a few gobbles in the back by the hammock.
Just like always, you know, the guides had birds roosted. We had a starting plan. You know, the birds weren't really where he thought they would be.
I bet you what we thought happened. Don't you think?
We think that maybe during the night they may have gotten bumped and just put us in a really bad situation.
At 7 o'clock when I left, both of them birds were sitting in them cypress trees. And evidently from...
You know, everybody's mind's turning on where did these birds go? Why aren't they here? And in the meantime, we've got birds gobbling, you know, 3 or 4 different birds gobbling over to our right.
We sat it out, and you know, the bird, you know, a couple hundred yards by the lake, a couple hundred yards away, gobbled, and we heard him once or twice, but that's it. Next thing you know, I hear Jeff saying, "Here he comes."
There he is. He's on the way down.
Mossy Oaks Hunting the Country is brought to you by Loophole, Remington, Scott Archery, Lethal, and Ram Truck Brand.
He must have seen something he didn't like because he stopped, poked his head up, looked around. If he came about 10 yards closer, I think we could have gotten a shot, but we wanted a sure shot, so we let him go. How'd you do? Tell us the story.
It was, man, I was getting really impatient. You know, we were sitting on this long road. They were supposed to be back here roosted, you know, in a cypress head. Well, they never gobbled. Well, all these birds start gobbling over here. And he's like, what are they doing over there? Those birds are never there. So finally, we got up, and there's a clear cut out there. We got these turkeys gobbling in these little hammocks out in the middle of this cutover. The way we were sitting, they're not far, I don't think. I'm waiting for this box gone, see if I can make them gobble. I mean, we're taking a huge risk right now coming across this clear cut, but I mean, we don't have any other choice. We hit him right here. Right there, right there. They called and they gobbled in the next hammock. So, I mean, there was nowhere to set up. There's like a little game trail right here. I set the decoy up right there. We just gobbled again, we just gobbled again. We had to sit wide open. We just set the chair down and like stuck some wax myrtle bushes down. And we called. No, there's no way. There's no way. Steve goes, "Did you hear that?" I was like, "Yeah, I was drumming." There he is. Here he comes. Here he comes. You got him. I don't want to shoot him in stride, Steve. He won't come out of his truck. All right, look out. That's awesome. Spin around, awesome. All lit up, beautiful.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Fantastic.
How was that for our first morning's hunt? Here in, we're near Trenton, Florida, the Gilchrist Club. I'm guessing one of my best friends, Steve Miller. We've been hunting together for 20 years. And they are loaded with turkeys down here. We had Randy, our guide, had us in an area down here this morning with, there were 3, 4, 5 turkeys gobbling. I don't know how many it was, but we worked them all morning and ended up having to move. And we came over this little hammock and was able to call this one in. But it's really exciting getting it the first morning, and I just can't wait to get back to camp to see what the other guys did. And so what happened? What y'all?
We had a great hunt. They were gobbling early. But next thing you know, big boy Tom, he was coming in, and he got about 60 yards, raised my gun up. All of a sudden he stopped. He looked around, and he just turned around, walked out of the field, and never came back. But he was about 20 yards from getting hammered down.
I think we got a little fishing on tap, maybe some skeet shooting. That's the great thing about Gilchrist. It's not just the hunting, it's all of the kind of activities. So I'm gonna grab my decoy up, get some breakfast, and we're gonna enjoy the rest of the day. So we're gonna do a little fishing while the boys are out in the afternoon in the heat, trying to kill a bird.
We're gonna kill a little time.
This is the fun part right here. You get to kick back and relax. You don't have any worries. Bon voyage, my friends. Man, I don't know about this bass fishing. I'm a big saltwater guy. Looking for that big gator. We just saw they got a big old 14-footer out here. We just saw him somewhere.
Boy.
All right, boys, it's on now. Being here at Gilchrist, you know, once you've shot your turkey, there's still a lot to do. You got the secret weapon.
You gotta figure it out.
After lunch, Drew and I hit the lake while Steve and his guide went out, and you know, unfortunately, we're sweating. This lake is beautiful. I think they told me it was 126 acres, and it is just chock full of big bass and bluegill.
Awesome.
We had a great afternoon on the lake. I mean, we weren't out there probably 30 minutes, and Drew hauled in this just monster bass.
Oh boy.
Can you grab?
Woohoo! Look at that monster, dude! Holy cow, look at that!
That's killer.
8-10 pounds. I don't know how much it weighed, but it was a giant. Dude, this is like the world record brim. Look at this. I'm fighting this fish.
Put him together.
Look at that. This thing, I caught this bluegill on a spinnerbait. That ought to tell you something. Huh?
How much you think he weighs?
8 pounds, easily. I mean, if you ever come down here, you'll see that it's just a really wonderful place to bring the family or friends.
What's up, brother?
What's up, boys? We've got two of our other good buddies coming into camp with us this weekend. Chris Helgoth and Chris Gray, both from Orlando.
It's God's country out here.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Went to school at University of Alabama with Jake, Steve, and Drew. I actually started getting into hunting when I went to school up at Alabama through Steve and Jake and them.
You know, the neat part about this whole deal was that, you know, Mossy was going to be here. Chris H has never killed a turkey. We're taking Helgoth, man. We're getting his first bird.
I'm due.
You know, for him to get his first bird this weekend would be monumental. I mean, he has had this monkey on his back like you wouldn't believe. He has taken a lot of grief over the last 4 or 5 hunts, and it's just been one bad luck incident after the next. So I think I'm real confident that, you know, Chris is going to be successful this weekend.
Jake went out with me to hunt this morning, and we were off a road back in the bushes about 10 feet. We had a couple of decoys, and first light, we had probably 6 gobblers.
Hear that? Listen, man, they are lighting up, Chris. There's gotta be 3 or 4 back here behind us. Yeah. Those 2 right there are really close, though. You gotta be really still, bro. They're really close. You gotta be still now. Yeah. My heart's pounding.
Let's just sit up right here. We should be in between them.
Okay.
Right in there. We'll have you sit by that tree right yonder.
Okay. Let's do
get
it.
behind it.
Let's do it.
I was excited because, you know, after being in the woods for a day, you kind of start to understand what's going on with the birds. And tell you what, we sat down. That bird gobbled 2 or 3 times in the field.
There he is. There he is again.
And then went quiet. So I didn't know if he was hung up with some hens or what was happening.
There they are right there. I think that one just flew down, Chris. I think he's on the ground. Chris, he just gobbled in the road. I heard it. I can see him. He's walking up the road. He's gonna walk right by us. Just, Chris, don't move.
bird got a little spooked and turned around.
Mossy Oaks Hunting the Country is also brought to you by Schwacker Broadheads, Caldwell Shooting Supplies. Come here, dear. Sheffield Financial and Mossy Oak.
He turned right before the decoy because he probably saw us and went back around, went in about 10 feet, looped up, came right up on the decoy.
Get ready, Chris. He's coming back.
So the bird was right on top of our two decoys, and when he started walking in, he was right behind that decoy. And
First bird. As luck would have it, you know, his only shot was where the turkey was lined up with one of the decoys, and he felt horrible about it. You know, I told him after the hunt, I said, buddy, I would have paid for 10 decoys. You know, that's what it would take to get your first birds. How does it feel? The jinx is over. Do you know how long? How many hunts is it that?
I don't know, at least 10. I've had this black cloud following me around. This morning it all came together, and that bird, it had my name on it. My first one, man.
Sitting down right here.
They were everywhere out here in Gilchrist.
Look at that beard. That beard has got to be close to 10 inches. It's really thick. You don't see a whole lot of Osceolas with real thick beards. They're usually real thin. But I'll tell you something that really distinguishes these on an Eastern. See these white bars? Mm-hmm. They're solid, like completely solid. On an Osceola, they're broken. Well, this is a perfect example. These are actually a lot darker than the one I took yesterday. That's how you can tell, because there's really not a whole lot of difference between them. And these are the other prizes that comes with Osceola, these spurs. Probably looking at a 3-year-old.
Sharp.
That's the real trophy of these animals. It doesn't matter. Hey, long beard.
I got him.
Done.
I got him.
Glad
How many times have you called for me? Six times.
You know,
I finally got the opportunity.
Steve's gonna be happy. He's gonna be one happy camper.
He gobbled back immediately and then went quiet. So I didn't know if he was hung up with some hens or what was happening. I pulled out my Mossy Oak slate and yelped a few times. We looked up and I heard Jeff. Here he comes, here he comes.
He's coming. Get ready to come across this opening here.
Drop the hammer, baby. Woo!
All right, man, you got him, Steve.
Let's lay him out, check his beard out. Look at that thing. I tell you what, Jeff, that is a beautiful Osceola turkey. About an 8-inch beard there.
Yeah, he's drugged that beard off.
Yeah, he's definitely lost 4 or 5 inches over the years. What do you think? How old do you think this bird is?
Looking at the spurs, I'd say 3 or 4 anyway. He's got, that one's probably been broke from fighting. You see, he looks like he's growing it back. And you look at this side, definitely look at the curve in it and sharpness. That's a limb hanger, buddy.
Look at the hook on that bad boy. But that is a beautiful.
Very pretty.
Look at the color on that thing.
You know when you come across that green field, all you can see was that white head and it was bouncing. He was running so hard.
Man, I'll tell you what, Gilchrist Club, you guys have unbelievable amount of turkeys out here.
There's plenty, I promise you.
Thanks so much for having me. That was exciting.
You're welcome. I
Thanks
enjoyed
for
it,
putting us on this bad boy. Drop the hammer on him.
Did a very good job.
Exciting stuff. let's go get him cleaned up and have some breakfast.
Good.
Let's do it.
See this big boy? That thing looks like a yard chicken.
Look at the hooks on that sucker.
Oh my
Good Lord. It's an old bird.
Congratulations.
Nice work, man. Nice work.
You got the
cloud
You got the cloud away?
Yeah.
You got one too,
Yeah,
Stagger?
buddy. We all
Look
do.
at that. That's a 4 or 5 year old bird.
I think
He
you got him, Steve.
Yeah, I got him. I think he lost about 4 inches. He's so old. Otherwise, he would have been about 12-inch beard.
Yeah, that is a big. All 4 of us got a bird in the last 24 hours, and I think mine was the biggest. I'm gonna make that known.
I mean, could have really been scripted any better is really the thought that was going through my mind. And the weather's been beautiful. Again, the setting here at the Gilchrist Club, you can't ask for a better place. Just a beautiful venue.
It doesn't get much better than hunting here at the Gilchrist Club. Those guys put on a first-class show, and I'm really appreciative of the opportunity to be able to spend that with my great friends and build memories that will carry on for a lifetime.
Closed captioning provided by Precision Shooting Equipment.